Hey y'all, it's me again, Valerie, and welcome back to my yarn room. Yay! Alright, before we get started, I would like to invite anybody who has not to hit that word subscribe. When you do, give the videos a thumbs up, share them if you can, and leave me a comment. Alright, now that we've got all that taken care of, y'all see this beautiful pattern that I have right here in front of me? Alright. I have no idea what this pattern is called. I found it and was like, hey, I like that. I'll show everybody how to do it. Alright. Y'all want to get started? It's very easy. I'll take you through it step by step. Okay? Alright, give me just a second and we'll get ready. Alright. Now, the way to do this pattern is chain it as long as you want it. As long as it is an odd number. Okay? So, for tutorial purposes, I am going to chain 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. And as most of my patterns, this can be done in any yarn. The only thing I suggest is read your label on your yarn and use the recommended hook size. Okay. So, y'all know me, I don't like going into, the side of the stitch. So, I'm going to turn my work over. And I know it's hard to see white, but that's the only yarn I had at the moment. I'm going to go into the second bump from the hook. So right there's my first one. Right there's my second one. And I'm going to put a single crochet. And I'm going to go into each one. I'm going to put one single crochet all the way down the line. Alright, and I'll meet y'all back when I get down here. And what that'll do is, because that turning chain right there don't count. So that'll give you an even number to work with. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I have my even number. So, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to chain right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn my work. And then, I'm going to chain 2. Now, what that's going to do is, when I come back, and I have to put something in right here, it's going to make it easier because it ain't twisted. So, that's what you can do. But, like I've said before, if it's a 2-row repeat where that your doubles are all on ending on one side or beginning on one side, it makes it too fat on one side to chain 1 and do a double. So, that chain 2 counts as a double. Alright, so, that first stitch right there, we're not going to go in it because we got our double right here. What we're going to do is we're going to yarn over. And we're going to, like I said, not here. We're going to go right here. We're going to draw up a loop. And then we're going to pull it up. And then we're going to yarn over. And we're going to go right here into the very next one. We're going to draw up a loop and pull it up. Okay, that gives me 5 loops on my hook. Then we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through every single one. Now that last one right there is going to be kind of tricky to get in. And then chain 1. Okay, and you yarn over. And our last stitch was right here. So right here in the very next one, we're going to go in, we're going to draw up a loop, and we're going to pull it up. Then we're going to go into the next one. We're going to draw up a loop and pull it up. 5 on the hook. Now, before I went into the second stitch, I yarned over, okay? Then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through all 5. And then chain 1. And that is the first row of the repeat. That's all it is to it. Okay, you yarn over, you go into your next stitch, draw up a loop, and pull it up. Yarn over, go into your next stitch, draw up a loop, and pull that sucker up. And 5 on the hook, yarn over, and go through all 5 and chain 1. And that's going to give you your little bobbles. And I gotta say, I've done this pattern a few times, and it's really not a yarn eater. To be clusters, it's not. Okay, yarn over and go through the first one, pull it up, yarn over, go into the second one, draw up a loop, and pull that sucker up. 5 on the hook, yarn over, and go through all 5, chain 1. Alright, one more time. Yarn over, go into your next stitch, and draw up a loop and pull it up. Yarn over, go into your next stitch, draw up a loop, and pull it up. 5 on the hook, yarn over, go through all 5, and chain 1. Because that chain 1 kind of locks it in, okay? And it's another stitch, for the pattern. Okay, then we should have 1 stitch left. If not, pause right here and come back when you only have 1 stitch left. Alright, so we're going to yarn over and we're going to go right here in that last stitch. And we're going to work a double crochet. And that makes it match the other side. Now, it looks kind of wonky right now. This is pulling in and stuff. Okay. We're going to chain 1. And we're going to turn. Now, right here we have our double crochet. Okay, what we want to do is, you see the V, right? Right there. We're not going through both of the loops. We are only going to go through the front loop. And we're going to draw up a loop and single crochet. And then we're going to go into the next one, front loop only, draw up a loop, and single crochet. And we're going to put 1 in every single one, front loop only. And this is row 2 of the repeat, okay? And it's a 2-row repeat. Going that front loop only. And single crochet. And the front loop only. It's okay to turn your work like this so you can see your loops. I have to. And sometimes you got to get your fingernail in there to split them to make sure that you only get that one loop. Okay. Work them fingers. Now, doing it by front loop only, it's putting a design element on the front of the work. And when we get done, I will show you the design element that it did. Alright, now, here's where it gets a little tricky. And I know with white yarn it's hard to see. Okay, we just put one here. We got to go right here and put one. Front loop only. Because it's got to be one right there in that double. Okay? Then, that is the end of the pattern. Now, by doing front loop only on those singles, it put that little design element right there at the top of your little clusters. If you don't care about that design element, well, you can just do straight singles. It ain't no big deal. Alright. And then you chain 2. And that counts as a double. And then you start in the next one. And then the next one, do another cluster. And so forth and so on. And it's just 2 rows. And that was it. Now, let me show you the back side. Okay, you see the front where it's got that design? Well, the back ain't too much different. So, if you don't care about the design element, well, that's what your back side will look like. Or, that's what your front side will look like if you don't do front loop. But it really ain't that much difference between the back and the front. Just that little design right there. Alright, y'all. That's going to be all for today. And I will meet y'all back here in the next one for another grand adventure right here in Val's Yarn Room. Alright, I truly do love each and every single one of y'all to pieces. Do something nice for somebody, even if it's just a smile. Alright, it's almost time for Val's Picks again. I'm getting excited. My blanket's almost done. We have 8 more picks. And that's it. And it's done. I'm working on another pattern for tomorrow. I got to get my stitches right, my counts and stuff. And I guess I will see you then. Alright, y'all get your crochet on. Bye, y'all.